Exclusive. Any hopes the BBC may have of landing Andy Murray have been dashed. Laura Robson has been begging Andy Murray to try his hand at punditry, but she doesn't think he'd be interested in working at Wimbledon. The three-time Grand Slam champion has stepped back from tennis since hanging up his racket in the summer of 2024. He briefly coached Novak Djokovic at the start of last year, but is now more interested in reducing his golf handicap. Murray's presence has been greatly missed by tennis fans, and there have been growing calls for him to venture into TV punditry. It's been reported that the BBC faces demands from the All England Club to revamp and significantly improve their Wimbledon coverage. New blood and new ideas may be on the cards, and Murray could be at the top of the BBC's list to join their lineup. Robson, who will present TNT Sports' live coverage of the Australian Open, would love to see Murray in the commentary booth. However, she isn't convinced that he would be interested in swapping the golf course for the small screen. Speaking to Express Sports, she said, "I've told him I'd like to see it. Every time I see him, I'm like, when are you coming on? But no, I think he's just happy to play golf at the minute. Eventually, maybe he might find some joy in trying out. I think he's very settled at home, but if he eventually decides to do it, I know he'd be great and he would kill it in any sort of analyst role. I know he thinks that men's matches are too long to commentate on as well. So let's maybe throw him a women's match and see how that goes." It remains to be seen how the BBC will shake up their Wimbledon coverage as they look to avoid losing the privilege of broadcasting the most prestigious Grand Slam of them all. The rights for Wimbledon are set to go out to auction following the 2027 tournament, applying immediate pressure on the BBC to improve its production over the next 2 years. John McEnroe looks likely to retain his role regardless of what happens between now and then. He's proven a hit with viewers thanks to his expert commentary and no-nonsense approach to his analysis. Other big names, including Billie Jean King, Martina Navratilova, Pat Cash, and Tracy Austin were on the lineup in 2025, but only time will tell if they're kept on this year with the BBC yet to make any official announcements. Getting someone like Murray on board would be a huge coup for the BBC given his Grand Slam pedigree. This would give him an edge over the likes of Tim Henman and Annabelle Croft, who are regular pundits, but didn't achieve the same success as players. However, given that he seems happy with his new life away from tennis, the BBC would need to make a convincing case to tempt Murray back into the scene.